All right, everybody. Hi, this is Quite Gone Jin, old school MMO gamer here with a shout out, a call out, a I don't know what you want to call it. This will be a quick fireside discussion as well as a hope and a pray that the developers of a game that I've been watching give me a few minutes of their time. You can see that game playing in the background. Got the alpha gameplay of Profane playing. This is directly from their YouTube. And it's just going to be me and you discussing a few things about MMOs really quickly. So I've cut my teeth on classic old school PvP MMOs. I just happened to start with games like Shadowbane, Dark Age of Camelot, Warhammer. There's a few that I missed along the way, and I definitely got sucked into some of the theme park MMOs that were more successful shortly after, World of Warcraft and SWTOR and City of Heroes, and they all at that time kind of had their own flavor. But when we cut to now, I mean, gosh, look what just happened with Terrasland. Literally a cut and paste of wow. There's not a lot of variance out there, and there's not a lot of companies that are willing to brave the, let's say, the thought of creating something unique. We had a couple attempts that were in development. I think the most notable three would be Crowfall, lovingly known as Crowfail, unfortunately, because it didn't really get going. Then we have Dark Age of Camelot Unchained, which I don't know if it's going anywhere anymore. And seemingly the two most likely to succeed or get where they want to go is Ashes of Creation. And although let's a little disclaimer, I have not dived super deep into that one yet. I do not know how open world and full loot it is, but I've heard many times that it is PvP centric, and that's kind of the start of that vein. And then Profane, which is what you're seeing in the background. So what can I say about Profane? I do know a little bit. I just happened to speak to one of their, I don't know if it was a developer, but maybe mods, or at least someone who works on that team on Reddit. Shout out to Reddit about voice work for their game. Basically begging and pleading for me to be able to, for them to listen to my demo, because I've got 6 or 7 voices that I can do, and saying if they want to do any pre-recorded stuff for their trailers or their game, that I'd be willing to do it. I'd love to do it at a pittance. But anyway, and then we started talking about open world PvP MMOs and how and why I'm actually excited about Profane, mainly because it seems like they're willing to risk a lot in creating something that is, modern in combat, modern in the survival mechanics, but old school in mentality, in that it's not a theme park at all. And that's why I would love a few minutes of. I think their main developer is actually similar to me in that they have a love for open world PvP MMOs, and they're just tired of seeing all the cut and paste, highly monetized theme park, pay to win stuff that we're stuck with. And unfortunately, being the longest development cycle type of game available, they have the highest chance of failure over time, and because of that, there's just nothing out there. So this is why I'm excited to look into Profane. It's a sandbox MMO that's bringing back the essence of what made old school MMO so captivating for me, anyway. You could create your own builds, you could form alliances, and your actions truly shaped the world. And there's just nothing like that out there. I'm constantly seeking it. Sometimes I'll find the combat that I want in Lost Ark, and sometimes I'll find the atmosphere that I want in, so let's say Elder Scrolls. But I'm never really finding the build variance and the lack of hand holding, the lack of monetization, the open world focus, and then the PvP focus. So Profane, basically, from looking at their website and their Reddit, they basically promise an open world where your journey is truly your own, where open PvP, full loot, housing system, proficiency-based progress. Every decision you make matters. So you're supposed to imagine a world where skill and strategy determine your success, not the size of your wallet. That's amazing to me. There's some challenges in it, and I want to discuss those challenges with one of their lead developers if possible. I'd like to talk to them about their passion, but those challenges as well. I'm here to foster a love for these type of MMOs, so this would be a discussion in great faith. And Profane, if you're listening, if you get the chance to see this video, I would love to speak to you. Today's MMOs have become too repetitive, too monetization focused. And on the other hand, it looks like you're returning to a meaningful player-driven content that's about adventure, territory domination, creating your own story, as you've said many times, within a living, breathing world. So, give me a few minutes of your time. Let's have a discussion. If you want to see the video before it's sent out, great. I'm definitely not asking for sponsorship or any type of compensation. I just want to have a discussion with someone that's excited about this game on your end, and that can tell me a little bit of maybe a compilation of things, that of information that's already gotten out on Reddit, that's already gotten out on your websites, in videos. And yeah, let's have a talk. Anyway, this is Quick on Jin signing out. Hopefully we get the chance to see a video about this in the near future. Take care.